As the heir to the throne, Charles had the daunting duty of swiftly securing a suitable match to wear the crown beside him, a task that often left him feeling downright miserable in his younger years. Every woman who caught Charles's eye found herself thrust into the glaring spotlight of royal scrutiny and media frenzy, unwittingly becoming a formidable obstacle in his pursuit of love. With each fleeting romance, Charles found himself teetering on the brink, at times swept into hasty proposals to 2 or 3 different women in a single year, only to face the aftermath of shattered hearts and scandalous headlines. It may sound unbelievable, but these were the very women who could have ascended to the throne as queens if there was not the tumultuous intervention of royalty. Despite his ease in finding girlfriends for casual relationships, the task of finding a suitable woman to marry proved to be considerably more difficult. The prince had set a personal deadline for himself, to marry by the age of 30. This self-imposed deadline reflected the immense pressure he felt to select the perfect bride, considering the weight of his royal responsibilities. In a revealing 1969 interview, Charles articulated the complexities of his search. He acknowledged the unique demands placed upon him as a future king, and the necessity of choosing a partner capable of fulfilling the role of queen consort. The expectation for his future wife was not only to support him personally, but also to play a pivotal role in the continuity and success of the monarchy. It was a daunting task, compounded by the scrutiny and expectations of the public and the royal establishment. Prince Charles's search for a suitable bride was governed by a stringent set of criteria reflecting the traditions and expectations of the royal family. These criteria were not merely preferences, but absolute necessities, shaping the landscape of Charles's quest for a future queen. First and foremost, any potential bride had to come from an aristocratic background. This requirement ensured that she could seamlessly integrate into the royal family and command respect within royal circles. Additionally, gaining the approval of the queen herself was paramount, highlighting the importance of familial harmony and the monarchy's endorsement of the union. Religious affiliation played a significant role in the selection process as well. Prospective brides were required to be Protestant and not of the Catholic faith, a stipulation rooted in historical tensions and the monarch's role as the head of the Church of England. Furthermore, divorce was a disqualifying factor, reflecting the traditional stance of the Church and the monarchy on the sanctity of marriage. Perhaps the most stringent requirement was the expectation of virginity, encapsulated in the phrase virgo intacta. In an era marked by the sexual revolution of the 1970s, Charles's insistence on marrying a woman with no prior relationships underscored the conservative values of the royal institution. This expectation presented a significant challenge, given the evolving social norms of the time. Navigating these stringent criteria was no easy feat for Charles, especially amid the intense scrutiny of the media. Every interaction with a woman, whether on a polo lawn or at a social event, was subject to speculation and analysis by the press. This relentless media attention amplified the pressure on Charles to make the right choice and added an additional layer of complexity to his search. The rumored first love of Prince Charles, Lucia Santa Cruz, cast a captivating spell on the shy 20-year-old prince when they crossed paths at Cambridge University. Their introduction came through R.A. Butler, the former politician and master of Trinity College, for whom Charles was assisting with memoirs and research. Lucia, the daughter of the Chilean ambassador, possessed a magnetic charm that left an indelible impression on Charles. Described as beautiful, brunette, and petite, Lucia's allure extended far beyond her appearance. She exuded intelligence and sophistication, speaking multiple languages and embracing a cosmopolitan lifestyle. Despite being about 5 years older than Charles, Lucia's worldly demeanor and independent spirit captivated the young prince from the outset. Their connection blossomed into what was rumored to be Charles's very first love affair. It was not merely a platonic bond, rather it evolved into a physical relationship, marking Charles's initiation into matters of intimacy. R.A. Butler's wife, in an oddly worded statement, hinted at the significance of Lucia's influence on Charles's sexual awakening. She suggested that Lucia's experience served as a form of education for Charles, who, despite his age, remained somewhat naive and inexperienced in matters of romance and intimacy. For Charles, Lucia represented a gateway to a broader world of possibilities and experiences. Her presence in his life opened his eyes to the complexities and joys of adult relationships, offering a glimpse into the richness of human connection beyond the confines of his sheltered upbringing. Through his association with Lucia, Charles embarked on a journey of self-discovery and exploration, laying the foundation for his future encounters and relationships. Lucia Santa Cruz, often regarded as Prince Charles's first serious girlfriend, occupied a unique place in his romantic history. However, despite their connection, Lucia was never a contender for the role of Charles's future queen. The primary obstacle to any potential union between them was Lucia's Catholic faith. As the heir to the throne and the future head of the Church of England, Charles was bound by constitutional constraints that prohibited him from marrying a Roman Catholic. Beyond religious considerations, Charles's youth at the time also rendered any thoughts of marriage with Lucia unlikely. Given his age and stage in life, marriage was not a pressing concern for the young prince. Duty to the monarchy and adherence to tradition took precedence over personal desires or romantic inclinations. Despite the romantic limitations, Lucia and Charles maintained a lasting friendship over the years. In fact, Lucia played a pivotal role in shaping Charles's romantic destiny by serving as a matchmaker for his next serious relationship with Camilla Shand. Living in the same block of flats as Camilla, Lucia recognized the potential compatibility between Charles and Camilla and encouraged their acquaintance. Camilla, in many ways, embodied qualities similar to those of Lucia, but possessed them to an even greater extent. English, well-versed in royal protocols and entrenched in aristocratic circles, Camilla complemented Charles's background and aspirations. Moreover, her boldness, wit, and confidence appealed to Charles's more introverted nature, making her all the more irresistible to him. Camilla's strength of character, combined with her nurturing demeanor and sense of humor, resonated deeply with Charles. In her, he found a partner who not only understood the demands of his position, but also challenged and supported him in equal measure. Their relationship would ultimately evolve into one of enduring significance, profoundly shaping the course of Charles's life and reign. Camilla's introduction to Prince Charles was marked by an intriguing revelation about her family history, a scandalous royal love affair involving her great-grandmother and Prince Charles's great-great-grandfather, King Edward VII. With a mischievous twinkle in her eye, Camilla shared this titillating detail with Charles, suggesting a parallel between their budding romance and their ancestors' clandestine liaison. Her playful demeanor and suggestive remark hinted at a shared destiny, one filled with passion and intrigue. From their initial encounter, Camilla exerted a magnetic pull on Charles, captivating him in every sense. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, she possessed an irresistible allure that left Charles spellbound. Despite any reservations or hesitations, Charles found himself wholly consumed by his affection for Camilla, unable to resist her magnetic charm. However, amidst Charles's deepening love for Camilla, there lingered a poignant realization that perhaps his devotion surpassed hers. While Charles's feelings for Camilla burned with fervent intensity, Camilla's heart remained entwined with another, Andrew Parker Bowles. Andrew's rugged allure and confident demeanor appealed to Camilla in ways that Charles's more reserved nature did not. In her eyes, Andrew exuded a raw magnetism that Charles seemed to lack. Nevertheless, circumstances conspired to bring Charles and Camilla together in a summer romance in 1972 during Andrew Parker Bowles's absence from Army service. For Camilla, this liaison with Charles represented more than just a fleeting dalliance. It was a form of retribution against Andrew's infidelities. By engaging in a relationship with Charles, Camilla sought to redress the wrongs inflicted upon her by her errant boyfriend, even if it meant entangling herself with the heir to the throne. Despite the depth of their connection, Charles hesitated to propose to Camilla at that time. The question lingered. Could she have been a suitable contender for future queen consort had he followed his heart? While their love burned brightly, the complexities of royal duty and societal expectations cast a shadow over their prospects. The specter of Camilla's past, her association with a scandalous royal affair, and her enduring affection for Andrew Parker Bowles all posed formidable obstacles to any potential union with Charles. Amidst the swirling complexities of romance and duty, Prince Charles found himself grappling with the aftermath of his brief yet intense romance with Camilla Shand. As their relationship blossomed in the early 1970s, Charles faced mounting challenges that threatened to derail their budding love story. One significant hurdle loomed large: the perception of Camilla as potentially too bold and unconventional for the conservative confines of royal tradition. Despite her undeniable charm and compatibility with Charles, Camilla's reputation as a seasoned socialite raised eyebrows within royal circles. In an era where propriety and decorum held sway, Camilla's vivacious personality and adventurous spirit may have seemed at odds with the expectations of a future queen consort. In late 1972, Charles's naval duties called him away on a tour of duty in the Caribbean, forcing a temporary pause in his burgeoning romance with Camilla. However, this separation proved to be the catalyst for a heart-wrenching revelation: Camilla's engagement to Andrew Parker Bowles. The news of her impending nuptials struck Charles like a thunderbolt, leaving him reeling with a profound sense of loss and despair. Desperately hoping to salvage their love, Charles implored Camilla to reconsider her decision, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. The inevitability of Camilla's union with Andrew Parker Bowles dashed Charles's hopes of a future together, plunging him into a period of profound sadness and introspection. As if to compound his anguish, Charles faced another emotional blow: his beloved sister, Princess Anne's engagement to Captain Mark Phillips. The juxtaposition of Anne's impending marriage with his own romantic setbacks intensified Charles's sense of urgency to find a suitable bride. Fueled by a mixture of heartache and societal expectations, Charles embarked on a quest to fulfill his duty to the monarchy while navigating the complexities of love and marriage. Amidst this tumultuous period, a serendipitous encounter with Lady Jane Welsley during a shooting holiday in Spain offered a glimmer of hope for Charles's romantic aspirations. Lady Jane, with her aristocratic pedigree and impeccable lineage, embodied the epitome of a suitable match for the future king. Their burgeoning connection sparked intrigue and speculation, hinting at the possibility of a new chapter in Charles's quest for love and companionship. Possessing a blend of beauty, intellect, and independence, Lady Jane embodied the archetype of a modern, forward-thinking woman, an alluring prospect for the future king. With her vibrant spirit and career-driven mindset, Lady Jane defied traditional gender norms, carving out her own path in the world of journalism. Her unwavering determination to establish herself as a career woman resonated deeply with Charles, who admired her independent streak and ambition. The budding romance between Charles and Lady Jane sparked widespread speculation and media frenzy, with the press eagerly dubbing her a potential future princess. Their every move was scrutinized, their privacy invaded, as they found themselves thrust into the relentless spotlight of public scrutiny. However, the relentless pressure of royal scrutiny took its toll on Lady Jane, who found herself grappling with the suffocating expectations of royal life. The constant intrusion of the press and the relentless scrutiny of her every word and action became unbearable, prompting her to publicly voice her reluctance to assume the role of queen consort. For Lady Jane and many other aristocratic women in Charles's social circle, the prospect of marrying into the royal family presented daunting challenges. Despite their noble lineage and social standing, they harbored reservations about the demands and sacrifices associated with royal life. The incessant media attention, the loss of privacy, and the perpetual scrutiny of their actions weighed heavily on these women, casting a shadow over the allure of becoming the wife of the heir to the throne. Lady Jane's candid remarks underscored the inherent complexities of royal courtship and the formidable obstacles that stood in the way of a fairy tale ending. Lady Jane Welsley's potential as a queen consort was widely acknowledged by those close to Prince Charles. Revered for her sensibility, intelligence, and modesty, Lady Jane possessed the qualities deemed essential for a successful and dignified reign. Unlike the tumultuous and headline-grabbing tenure of Princess Diana, Lady Jane was viewed as a steady and grounded presence, capable of navigating the complexities of royal life with grace and composure. The pivotal year of 1974 marked a significant turning point in Prince Charles's romantic journey, with his great-uncle Lord Mountbatten imparting sage advice to the young prince. Lord Mountbatten's counsel emphasized the importance of sowing one's wild oats before settling down with a sweet and innocent partner, thereby preserving her pristine image on a pedestal. Charles, deeply influenced by his relationship with Mountbatten, took this advice to heart, shaping his approach to relationships and marriage in the years to come. Lord Mountbatten's role in Charles's life extended beyond mere advice. He served as a trusted confidant and mentor, offering both friendship and strategic guidance. With a somewhat strained relationship with his own father, the Duke of Edinburgh, Charles found solace and support in his uncle's counsel, which was delivered with a blend of affection and calculated wisdom. Mountbatten's influence on Charles's love life was profound, rooted in a familial bond and a shared ambition for the future of the monarchy. His strategic interventions mirrored his earlier efforts to shape the course of royal history, including his instrumental role in arranging the marriage between Prince Philip and Princess Elizabeth. Despite occasional resistance from within the royal family, Mountbatten's mentorship remained a constant presence in Charles's life, guiding his decisions and shaping his romantic pursuits. As Charles embarked on his quest for a suitable bride, it was Mountbatten's counsel that ultimately steered him towards a path of duty and tradition, setting the stage for the next chapter in the prince's tumultuous love life. Dicky Mountbatten actively facilitated the prince's romantic pursuits by offering the use of his property, Broadlands, as a discreet retreat for Charles to rendezvous with his girlfriends. This gesture underscored Mountbatten's encouragement of Charles's erotic adventures, demonstrating a familial bond built on mutual trust and understanding. By the mid-1970s, Prince Charles had undergone a significant transformation in the public eye. Faced with pressure from his father, Prince Philip, to embody a masculine ideal akin to James Bond, Charles embraced various pursuits to cultivate an image of prowess and adventure. From acquiring an Aston Martin to mastering military service and helicopter piloting, Charles sought to project an aura of dashing sophistication and capability. Charles's physical attributes, coupled with his adeptness in equestrian sports and polo, further enhanced his appeal to women, earning him a reputation as a charismatic and attractive figure. His penchant for embracing risk and adventure only added to his allure, positioning him as a romantic protagonist on the edge of danger. Amidst this backdrop of excitement and intrigue, a string of romances unfolded for Prince Charles. However, it was his dalliance with Davina Sheffield in 1976 that captured the public's attention and thrust him into the spotlight. Just 2 years shy of his self-imposed marriage deadline, Charles found himself entangled in a high-profile affair that sparked intrigue and speculation among royal watchers and tabloid media alike. Hailing from a prestigious background as the granddaughter of wealthy industrialist Lord McGowan, Davina possessed a blend of social pedigree and personal charm that endeared her to Charles. Her connections extended to the upper echelon of society, including her cousin, Samantha Cameron, further solidifying her status within elite circles. Beyond her illustrious lineage, Davina's allure was underscored by her undeniable beauty and equestrian prowess. Renowned for her riding skills and striking appearance, she embodied the archetype of the quintessential English rose, captivating Charles's affection and earning her a place among the illustrious roster of Charlie's Angels, a moniker bestowed upon the women romantically linked to the prince. Among these romantic liaisons, Davina stood out as a particularly captivating presence. Charles was purportedly smitten with her, openly displaying his affection and admiration, even in public settings. Their relationship was characterized by genuine emotional connection and mutual respect, leading many to speculate that Davina could be the one to capture Charles's heart and potentially become his chosen partner for life. However, their burgeoning romance was abruptly cut short by the revelation of Davina's past cohabitation with her ex-boyfriend. The scandalous disclosure, splashed across tabloid headlines, shattered the illusion of Davina as the ideal royal consort, tarnishing her reputation and dashing any hopes of a future with Charles. This pattern of dashed hopes and shattered dreams mirrored the trajectory of several of Charles's romantic entanglements during this period. Despite the genuine affection shared between Charles and Davina, their relationship ultimately succumbed to the rigid standards imposed by the royal establishment. As Prince Charles approached his 29th birthday, he felt a mounting sense of urgency to find a suitable partner. His subsequent relationship with Lady Sarah Spencer marked a return to the aristocratic pedigree akin to Lady Jane Welsley before her. Lady Sarah, the 22-year-old daughter of the 8th Earl Spencer and the elder sister of Diana, Princess of Wales, epitomized the epitome of aristocratic breeding. Lady Sarah's upbringing on the periphery of the Sandringham estate and her familial connections to the royal household underscored her suitability as a consort for Prince Charles. Endowed with a striking mane of reddish hair and a vivacious sense of humor, she captivated the prince's attention during their encounters at Balmoral, where their courtship began to blossom. The setting was Althorpe, the sprawling Spencer estate in the picturesque countryside of Northamptonshire, where Lady Sarah Spencer extended an invitation to Prince Charles for a shooting weekend. As the end of the summer approached, the 28-year-old prince accepted the invitation, setting the stage for a pivotal encounter that would alter the course of royal history. Upon his arrival at Althorpe, Prince Charles was introduced to Lady Sarah's younger sister, Diana, who at just 16 years old stood tall and somewhat ungainly, yet possessed a certain grace that belied her youth. Though Diana may have been deemed too young to command serious attention from the prince, her presence left an indelible mark on him. Prince Charles, in turn, made a striking impression on Diana, who was captivated by his charisma, his dashingly handsome appearance, and his princely bearing. For Diana, meeting Prince Charles in the flesh was a momentous occasion, one that far exceeded the fantasies of her teenage years. It is said that she harbored admiration for the prince long before their encounter, with a portrait of him adorning the walls of her school dormitory. Their first meeting at Althorpe left Diana spellbound, sparking a fascination that would endure and eventually blossom into something far greater. Despite the allure of Prince Charles's presence, Diana remained relegated to the role of her sister's younger sibling, a bystander to the burgeoning romance between Charles and Sarah. It was Lady Sarah who accompanied Prince Charles on a skiing trip to Cloisters in February of 1978. Solidifying her position as his chosen companion at that time. Yet, unbeknownst to all, The seeds of a future royal romance had been sown, heralding the beginning of a transformative journey for both Diana and the monarchy. In an ill-fated turn of events, Lady Sarah made a critical error in judgment by engaging in a candid conversation with British journalists over lunch, where she divulged her innermost thoughts and sentiments. Fueled by frustration and perhaps a sense of defiance, Sarah expressed her discontentment with the constraints of societal expectations regarding romance and marriage. Her words, though spoken in confidence, echoed a sentiment that contradicted the conventional narrative of royal courtship. Sarah's candid remarks, delivered in a moment of indiscretion, reverberated far beyond the confines of their private conversation. She inadvertently revealed her doubts and reservations about her relationship with Prince Charles, casting a shadow of doubt over their future together. By openly questioning the suitability of marrying someone solely based on their title and status, Sarah unwittingly undermined the gravity of her connection with the future King of England. Realizing the gravity of her blunder, Sarah promptly reached out to Prince Charles to confess her transgression. However, his response was terse and unequivocal, conveying his disappointment and disapproval of her actions. In one swift moment, Sarah had not only shattered the illusion of their budding romance, but also exposed Prince Charles to public scrutiny and embarrassment. For Charles, maintaining discretion and privacy in his personal relationships was paramount, and Sarah's breach of trust represented a significant betrayal in his eyes. Despite their shared history and potential compatibility, the damage inflicted by Sarah's candidness irreversibly fractured their connection. In hindsight, many speculate on how Lady Sarah would have fared had she been in Diana's position as the future Princess of Wales. There is a prevailing sentiment that Lady Sarah's resilience and strength of character could have provided a more stable and suitable match for Charles compared to Diana. Her unwavering honesty and toughness were qualities that resonated with Charles's need for a partner capable of navigating the complexities of royal life with fortitude and grace. Lady Sarah's self-assured demeanor and willingness to take credit for Charles and Diana's eventual union underscored her confidence and assertiveness. However, despite her role as a catalyst for their relationship, Lady Sarah's own romantic aspirations remain unfulfilled. As Charles's 30th birthday approached, the pressure to fulfill his royal duties and secure a suitable marriage intensified, prompting him to pursue relationships with renewed urgency. In his quest to fulfill his obligations as the heir to the throne, Charles embarked on a series of courtships and even proposed to multiple women over the course of 2 years. However, each engagement ultimately faltered, highlighting the challenges inherent in finding a compatible partner who could meet the stringent criteria imposed by royal tradition and expectations. Many years later, Amanda Knatchbull emerged as a significant figure in Prince Charles's romantic endeavors, particularly due to her familial connections and the endorsement of his great-uncle, Lord Mountbatten. The relationship between Charles and Amanda was deeply intertwined with their shared lineage and the intricate dynamics of royal lineage and obligation. As the granddaughter of Lord Mountbatten, Amanda Knatchbull occupied a unique position in Charles's social circle. Their familial ties, coupled with Amanda's upbringing in aristocratic circles, positioned her as a suitable candidate for the role of Charles's future bride. Moreover, the approval of Lord Mountbatten, who served as Charles's influential mentor and confidant, added weight to Amanda's candidacy. The notion of Charles considering Amanda as a potential royal bride from a young age underscores the intricate nature of dynastic aspirations within the royal family. While Charles may have entertained the idea of marrying Amanda, it was perhaps the influence of Lord Mountbatten that fueled such considerations. Mountbatten's strategic vision for the monarchy and his desire to orchestrate a dynastic union between Charles and Amanda reflect the complex interplay between familial expectations and royal obligations. Despite the familial alignment and Lord Mountbatten's endorsement, The relationship between Charles and Amanda lacked the emotional depth and intensity characteristic of a romantic bond. Instead, it was characterized by a sense of duty and familial obligation, with Charles viewed as a pawn in the broader dynastic game orchestrated by Mountbatten. The cautious approach taken by Lady Brabourne, Amanda Knatchbull's mother, sheds light on the complexities surrounding Charles's search for a suitable partner. Lady Brabourne's wariness stemmed from her perception that Charles was more focused on finding a suitable match based on royal expectations rather than pursuing a genuine emotional connection. Sensing this, she advised Charles to allow time for a relationship to naturally evolve over the course of 5 years. Despite Lady Brabourne's reservations, Charles and Amanda did develop a close friendship over time. However, the question of Amanda's suitability as a royal bride remained at the forefront of discussions. Amanda's distinguished lineage, tracing back to Queen Victoria, positioned her as an exemplary candidate for the role. Her aristocratic background, coupled with her familiarity with the intricacies of royal life, made her an ideal match from a conventional standpoint. Moreover, Amanda's existing relationship with Lord Mountbatten further solidified her standing within royal circles. The mutual affection shared between Charles and Amanda, combined with their shared closeness to Lord Mountbatten, contributed to a sense of familial camaraderie rather than passionate romance. In considering Amanda as a potential bride, Charles recognized that theirs would be a union rooted in tradition and duty rather than spontaneous love. Their relationship was characterized by mutual fondness and respect rather than the fiery passion often associated with romantic entanglements. Then, Amanda Knatchbull's refusal of Prince Charles's proposal in 1979 marked a significant moment in the narrative of Charles's romantic pursuits and the dynamics within the royal family. Despite the pressure exerted by Lord Mountbatten, Charles's influential great-uncle, Amanda remained steadfast in her decision to decline the offer of becoming a royal bride. Her response was characterized by grace and firmness, reflecting her clear stance on the matter. The reasons behind Amanda's rejection offer insights into the complexities of royal life and the personal considerations that influence such decisions. Amanda's reluctance to embrace the role of a future queen stemmed from her apprehension about the intense scrutiny and pressures associated with monarchy. She recognized the sacrifices and challenges that came with royal duties and concluded that it was not a path she wished to pursue. For Charles, Amanda's rejection may have been disappointing on some level, but it also highlighted the absence of a strong romantic connection between them. Their relationship lacked the depth of emotion and mutual affection necessary for a successful marriage. Instead, Charles viewed his proposal as an act of familial duty rather than a passionate declaration of love. Amanda's decision to decline Charles's proposal did not mark the end of her contributions to society. She went on to pursue a successful career as a social worker and advocate for affordable housing, demonstrating her commitment to making a positive impact on the world outside the confines of royalty. Had Amanda accepted Charles's proposal, her entrance into the royal family would have brought a different perspective and approach to monarchy. As a politicized and socially aware figure, Amanda would have likely championed causes related to social reform and equality, using her platform to effect meaningful change. Following Amanda's rejection, Charles's romantic endeavors continued, leading him to Anna Wallace, another heiress who briefly entered his sphere of interest. The succession of relationships underscores Charles's persistent quest to find a suitable partner amid the pressures of royal obligations and familial expectations. Described as a more dangerous version of Lady Di, Anna exuded a captivating allure that seemed to ignite a passionate romance with the prince. Their relationship was marked by its hands-on nature, suggesting a deep physical and emotional connection between them. Despite the intensity of their romance, questions lingered about Anna's suitability as a royal bride. On the surface, she appeared to possess the qualities expected of a potential consort, being the daughter of a Scottish landowner and sharing Charles's passion for country sports. Her nickname, Whiplash Wallace, hinted at her spirited temperament and adventurous nature, traits that might have appealed to Charles initially. However, Anna's strong personality and independent streak could have clashed with the expectations and traditions of the royal family. The monarchy tends to favor individuals who conform to a certain mold, and Anna's assertiveness may have raised concerns about her compatibility with royal life in the long term. In early 1980, Charles reportedly proposed to Anna Wallace, signaling his readiness to take their relationship to the next level. Yet, rumors suggest that Anna declined his proposal, possibly due to the reemergence of Camilla Parker Bowles in Charles's life. Camilla's presence cast a shadow over Charles's other relationships, indicating the depth of his feelings for her and the enduring hold she had on his heart. For Anna, the revelation of Charles's lingering attachment to Camilla may have been a harsh reality to confront. Her position as the first of Charles's girlfriends to directly encounter Camilla's influence highlights the complexities of navigating romantic entanglements within the royal circle. The grand setting of the Royal Opera House in Covent Garden served as the formal backdrop for the climax of the Queen Mother's birthday celebrations. The event was attended by a distinguished gathering, including 20 members of the royal family and numerous peers. However, it was during the Queen Mother's 80th birthday party that a significant rift emerged in Prince Charles's romantic life. At the lavish celebration, Anna Wallace found herself marginalized, feeling like a wallflower as Charles seemingly disregarded her throughout the evening. His attention was conspicuously directed towards another guest, Camilla Parker Bowles. The palpable connection between Charles and Camilla reignited with undeniable intensity, casting a shadow over his relationship with Anna. The turning point came when Anna confronted Charles about his blatant disregard for her feelings, expressing her outrage at being left alone while he lavished attention on Camilla. Her words carried a sting of betrayal and hurt, marking the definitive end of their relationship. Anna's departure from Charles's life was swift and decisive, signaling the abrupt conclusion of their romance. Following Anna's departure, Charles found himself at a crossroads in his quest for a suitable bride, still grappling with the loss of his beloved mentor, Lord Mountbatten. Charles sought solace in the company of friends. It was during this period of mourning that fate intervened, leading him to encounter a young woman who would forever alter the course of his life. Lady Diana Spencer. Diana's presence at the country house gathering provided a serendipitous opportunity for Charles to forge a connection with the 19-year-old aristocrat. The younger sister of his former flame, Sarah, Diana caught Charles's eye with her poise and empathy, particularly as she empathized with his grief over Mountbatten's tragic death. Lady Diana Spencer's emergence onto the royal stage was marked by a serendipitous moment as she watched Prince Charles play polo on television. It was this televised glimpse of Charles that seemed to ignite a spark within Diana, planting the seed of possibility in her mind. From that moment, Diana's aspirations of becoming Charles's bride began to take root, fueled by a sense of destiny and purpose. Despite her tender age of 19, Diana exhibited a surprising degree of self-assurance and foresight regarding her potential role as Charles's future queen. She confessed to intentionally presenting herself in a manner deemed suitable for royal courtship, demonstrating a keen awareness of the expectations placed upon her. Throughout the summer of 1980, Charles pursued Diana with unwavering determination, captivated by her youthful charm and aristocratic pedigree. Despite the significant 12-year age gap between them, Diana possessed qualities that endeared her to both Charles and the senior members of the royal family. From a strategic perspective, Diana represented an even more desirable marriage prospect than her elder sister Sarah. Her youthfulness and lack of prior romantic entanglements minimized the risk of scandal or controversy tarnishing her image. Moreover, Diana's illustrious lineage, with ties to prominent aristocratic families like the Churchills, ensured her seamless integration into royal circles. The close historical connection between the Spencers and the royal family further bolstered Diana's suitability as a potential royal consort. Palace insiders and courtiers viewed her as a safe choice, believing her to be unassuming and compliant, unlikely to rock the boat or challenge established norms. The whirlwind romance between Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer ignited a media frenzy of unprecedented proportions. From the moment news of their courtship broke, the press and media descended upon Diana with relentless scrutiny and speculation. The sudden spotlight cast upon her undoubtedly added to the pressure cooker atmosphere surrounding their relationship. Amidst the intense media scrutiny and the looming expectations of both the public and the royal family, Charles found himself navigating uncharted territory. The incessant attention from the press, coupled with the perceived urgency for Charles to fulfill his familial duty and marry, likely influenced the timing of his proposal to Diana. Despite having known each other for less than 6 weeks and having gone on only a handful of dates, the media's relentless portrayal of Diana as the inevitable future Princess of Wales undoubtedly hastened the pace of their courtship. By September 1980, the media frenzy had reached a fever pitch, with speculation rife about an impending royal engagement. The pressure cooker atmosphere surrounding Charles and Diana's relationship was palpable, with the eyes of the world closely scrutinizing their every move. The insatiable appetite of the media for updates on their romance only served to intensify the scrutiny and anticipation surrounding their union. The engagement between Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer, announced on February 24, 1981, was surrounded by an atmosphere of anticipation and excitement. However, beneath the surface, there were warning signs that all was not well. Despite the public spectacle and media frenzy surrounding their engagement, the amount of time the couple spent together by choice, truly getting to know each other and nurturing a genuine connection, was minimal. The engagement announcement itself is remembered for a particular exchange during a press conference. When asked if they were in love, Diana's response, "Of course," while seemingly innocuous, raised eyebrows due to its lack of conviction and hesitancy. Charles's response, "Whatever in love means," was equally awkward and poorly received, further fueling speculation about the nature of their relationship. This moment would haunt the couple and become emblematic of the challenges they would face in their marriage. Amidst the backdrop of their engagement, the presence of Camilla Parker Bowles loomed large in Diana's mind. Diana's perception of Camilla as a threat to her relationship with Charles was palpable. Despite Diana's innocence and lack of action regarding her suspicions, she harbored deep insecurities about Charles's lingering feelings for Camilla. Small details, such as telephone calls and cufflinks engraved with joint initials, only served to heighten Diana's anxieties. Compounding Diana's internal struggles was the weight of public expectation and the enormity of the royal wedding looming on the horizon. With her face plastered on commemorative tea towels and other memorabilia, Diana felt the weight of an entire nation's anticipation resting upon her shoulders. The pressure to fulfill the role of the fairy tale princess and not disappoint the public added another layer of complexity to an already fraught situation. In the midst of the media frenzy and the specter of Camilla's influence, Charles and Diana found themselves navigating a tumultuous path to marriage, fraught with uncertainties and insecurities. Little did they know that their engagement would mark the beginning of a union fraught with challenges and ultimately lead to one of the most scrutinized marriages in royal history. Despite the impending tragedy of their marriage, the fairy tale wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer on July 29, 1981, captivated the nation and the world alike. With Charles, the dashing heir to the throne, marrying his 20-year-old virgin bride, the ceremony seemed straight out of a storybook. The exchange of vows, solemnized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, was a moment of grandeur and tradition, evoking a sense of timeless romance and regal splendor. Behind the facade of this seemingly perfect union, however, lay a reality far less idyllic. Even as the wedding bells rang and the world celebrated their union, cracks were beginning to appear in Charles and Diana's relationship. Diana's burgeoning jealousy of Camila Parker Bowles, Charles's former flame, cast a shadow over their marriage from the outset. While the public saw a fairy tale romance unfolding, the truth was far more complex and fraught with tension. For Charles, doubts and uncertainties about his marriage to Diana were already taking root. Despite the outward appearance of happiness, he grappled with inner turmoil and a sense of foreboding about the future. As the honeymoon phase waned, the harsh realities of their mismatched personalities and differing expectations came to the fore, threatening to unravel the carefully crafted facade of marital bliss. The fairy tale narrative quickly gave way to a darker reality, akin to a Hansel and Gretel story with sinister undertones. Behind closed doors, the couple's struggles and conflicts intensified, shattering the illusion of marital harmony. Diana's growing sense of isolation and Charles's lingering affections for Camila cast a pall over their union, leading to a downward spiral of resentment and disillusionment. As the cracks in their marriage widened, Charles found himself torn between duty and desire. His decision to pursue a relationship with Camila, despite the potential repercussions for the monarchy, reflected his willingness to risk it all for the woman he truly loved. However, this bold choice would have far-reaching consequences, threatening to tarnish the reputation of the royal family and undermine public confidence in the institution of monarchy itself. Following the birth of Prince Harry, cracks in the seemingly fairy tale marriage of Charles and Diana began to widen, revealing a relationship strained by internal turmoil and external pressures. As their marriage faltered, Charles sought solace in the arms of an old friend, Camila Parker Bowles. Initially, their reconnection was purely platonic, with Camila offering Charles a source of comfort and support during a tumultuous period. However, as their bond deepened, their relationship evolved into something more intimate, reigniting the flames of a long, smoldering affair. For Charles, the prospect of having a mistress seemed almost inevitable, a traditional role embraced by many monarchs throughout history. He may have rationalized that having Camila by his side would provide him with the companionship and understanding he felt lacking in his marriage to Diana. Yet Camila was no mere mistress to be hidden away in the shadows. She demanded recognition and acknowledgement of their relationship, refusing to accept a role relegated to the sidelines. As Charles and Diana grew increasingly distant, the bond between Charles and Camila only strengthened. However, their affair remained concealed from the public eye until 1992, when the royal couple announced their separation. The revelation of their fractured marriage, coupled with scandalous details of Charles's extramarital affair, including the infamous Camilagate tape, rocked the foundations of the monarchy. The public outcry was swift and severe, with Charles and Camila becoming targets of widespread condemnation and vilification. The airing of their private affairs in the public sphere tarnished the image of the royal family, leading many to question the integrity and judgment of the future king. A poll conducted at the time revealed widespread discontent, with the majority of respondents attributing significant damage to the monarchy due to Charles's behavior. Following the tragic death of Princess Diana in 1997, the world mourned the loss of the beloved people's princess, and the monarchy faced unprecedented scrutiny and upheaval. In the aftermath of Diana's passing, questions arose about the future of Charles's relationship with Camila Parker Bowles. Would the public ever accept Camila as his partner, let alone as a potential consort? The immediate aftermath of Diana's death was fraught with tension and uncertainty for Camila. She feared public backlash and remained secluded in her home, wary of facing potential hostility from a grieving nation. The public sentiment towards her was overwhelmingly negative, with many viewing her as the woman who had played a role in the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. Despite the challenges and public scrutiny, Charles and Camila remained steadfast in their commitment to each other. They weathered the storm together, their bond strengthened by adversity. Over time, a shift in public perception occurred, fueled in part by a concerted effort to rehabilitate Camila's image. The couple kept a low profile but continued to nurture their relationship behind closed doors. In 1999, a significant milestone marked the beginning of their public journey as a couple. Charles and Camila made their first public appearance together, signaling to the world that they were united and committed to each other. This marked a pivotal moment in their relationship, as they took a bold step towards normalization and acceptance. Despite their public declaration of togetherness, Charles and Camila waited another 6 years before tying the knot. The delay in marriage was likely influenced by a variety of factors, including the lingering sensitivity surrounding Diana's legacy, the complexities of royal protocol, and the need for careful navigation of public opinion. Additionally, the timing of their marriage required careful consideration to ensure that it would be seen as a genuine union of love and commitment, rather than a hastily arranged affair to appease public perception. The road to Charles and Camila's marriage was indeed a long and winding one, marked by challenges, public scrutiny, and personal tribulations. One of the most significant hurdles they faced was the shadow of Princess Diana's legacy and the public perception of Camila as her perceived rival. The quote you provided aptly captures the delicate balance Charles had to strike in navigating his relationship with Camila, particularly in light of Diana's enduring popularity and tragic demise. Marrying Camila meant confronting public sentiment and potential backlash, as she was often viewed as Diana's antagonist in the tumultuous saga of Charles and Diana's marriage. However, as time passed, Charles and Camila handled their relationship with remarkable tact and grace. Their commitment to each other remained steadfast, and they gradually won over public opinion through their genuine affection and mutual support. The public's warm reception to their eventual marriage underscored this transformation, signaling a shift in attitudes towards the couple. The pivotal role of Charles's parents, particularly Queen Elizabeth II, cannot be overstated in facilitating the union. While there may have been reservations about Camila within royal circles, the recognition of Charles's need for a supportive partner on his journey to the throne ultimately prevailed. The Queen's absence from the civil ceremony as head of the Church of England was notable, but did not diminish the significance of the occasion. The blessing ceremony held at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, served as a poignant contrast to Charles's first wedding to Diana, which was characterized by grandeur and fairy tale spectacle. This time, the emphasis was on the genuine happiness and sense of belonging radiating from the newlywed couple. For Charles and Camila, it marked the culmination of a decades-long romance and the beginning of a new chapter together. Initially, the idea of Camila ascending to the role of queen consort seemed implausible, given her status as a divorced commoner. However, behind the scenes, there's a sense that Charles has always viewed Camila as his perfect partner, despite the challenges posed by their unconventional love story. His desire for her to be recognized as queen consort reflects not only his personal affection, but also his belief in her ability to fulfill the duties of a royal spouse with grace and dignity. Over the years, Camila has proven herself to be a steady presence by Charles's side, offering him stability and support through both private and public trials. Her measured demeanor and unwavering commitment to her role as a royal consort have earned her respect and admiration, both within royal circles and among the public. Despite the initial controversies surrounding their relationship, Charles and Camila have emerged as a formidable partnership, characterized by mutual understanding and shared values. While their journey to marriage may have been unconventional, their bond is rooted in genuine affection and a shared vision for the monarchy's future. Looking back, one can't help but wonder how different Charles's romantic journey might have been if he had followed his heart sooner rather than his head. Perhaps embracing his love for Camilla earlier on could have spared them both years of scrutiny and uncertainty, leading to a more straightforward path to marital bliss. During the 1970s, when Charles was navigating the complexities of courtship, traditional notions of virginity and purity still held sway in royal circles. The idea of marrying a woman with no prior relationships, colloquially referred to as a virgin, was considered a prerequisite for the future queen. However, in an era marked by the sexual revolution and changing social norms, finding such a partner proved increasingly challenging. Charles's romantic endeavors, often dubbed Charlie's Angels, reflected his earnest yet sometimes misguided attempts to adhere to these stringent expectations. The pressure to find the perfect match under the scrutiny of the media spotlight only intensified the difficulty of his search. Each relationship, from Lady Jane Welsley to Anna Wallace, brought its own set of challenges and revelations, ultimately shaping Charles's understanding of love and compatibility. However, it was his enduring connection with Camilla, a divorced commoner with a rich history of relationships, that defied conventional expectations and transcended societal norms. Despite initial obstacles and public scrutiny, Charles discovered in Camilla a kindred spirit, a confidant, and a partner with whom he shared a deep and lasting bond. Through his experiences with various romantic partners, Charles came to realize that the pursuit of perfection often leads to disappointment and heartache. Instead, he learned the value of authenticity, companionship, and mutual understanding in a relationship. Camilla, with her warmth, wit, and unwavering support, emerged as the embodiment of these qualities, offering Charles the genuine companionship and lasting happiness he had long sought. In embracing his love for Camilla and choosing her as his life partner, Charles challenged entrenched notions of royal marriage and paved the way for a more modern and inclusive monarchy. Their union, though unconventional by historical standards, symbolizes a shift towards greater authenticity and acceptance within the royal family. What do you think about Charles's journey to find the Queen? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.